Here we go. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Really happy that you are all here today. To kick off this session, I'm going to introduce a dear friend to me and to the HITEC family, Angela Cruz. Angela is a HITEC mentor and a member. She has been in the tech industry for quite some time, over 30 years, I believe. Among many other things, she mentors, she helps entrepreneurs. She's an entrepreneur herself. She just started her own production company called Soulmate Productions. And what I love too that we just connected on, she's a yoga fanatic that I love. So that's awesome too. So Angela was kind enough to introduce to us our speaker today. And so she brought her to the HITEC family. So with that, Angela, please, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much. I am honored to be introducing a dear friend and also to be part of this program. As you know, I've enjoyed it very much during the pandemic, and I enjoyed everything that you guys put together, as it's always content of high value. So I will go ahead and introduce Mabel. She is an author, public speaker, and internationally acclaimed World Peace Ambassador. She's recognized as a leading authority of Hoponopono, the ancient Hawaiian art of practice of problem solving for achieving happiness and peace. She's also the creator of Zero Frequency, a way of life which teaches 100% responsibility, forgiveness, and gratitude as a pathway to zero, where we discover our inner talents in pursuit of an abundant life. Honored with the prestigious 2012 Mil Milenios de Paz Peace Flag, acknowledging her global peace initiative, Peace Within is World Peace. Mabel was officially recognized as one of the world's preeminent peace ambassadors, and on January 1st, 2015, was awarded the prestigious Public Peace Prize. She has spoken in front of national, senatorial, and other influential government bodies, including the United Nations in Vienna, where she launched her internationally acclaimed Peace Begin With Me campaign. In 2013, she was recognized for her humanitarian works by being knighted in the Venerable Order of the Orthodox Knights Hospitaller of St. John's, Russia, Grand Priory, bestowing upon her the title of Dame Mabel Katz. She has also authored several books which have been translated to more than 20 languages. When she's not conducting workshops around the world, Mabel brings her unique brand of awareness to prison inmates, special needs children, and dozens of corporations seeking to achieve peak performance through deeper self-awareness. Please help me welcome Mabel Katz.
Hello, guys. How are you? Thank you. Thank you. The most important thing is that I don't know what I do. That I don't have a title, really, to do what I do. I was born in Argentina, and I came to United States in 1983, so 37 years ago. And I was there a public accountant and licensed in business administration. I specialize here in taxes in United States. I was a very successful tax accountant. But one day my life changed because I woke up. I call it waking up, yes? The way I woke up is that my oldest son talked to me angry, as I used to talk to him, angry, frustrated. And when he actually was like my mirror, you know, I saw him and I saw myself, and in, I think, 2 seconds, this is everything that went through my mind. He learned that from me. That's not what I wanted to teach him. I know how that feels. Mabel, you have to do something. And that day, my life really changed because I made a decision of looking for happiness in the right places. I realized I was looking for happiness in the wrong places. So things started, as soon as you make a decision, we don't realize how powerful we are, that everything depends on us, you know, our decisions, our choices. And when you make a decision, you know, we do have a universe that takes care of us, you know, that takes care of opening doors, of closing doors, that you don't have to go through them anymore. And life starts being in the flow. That's why my trademark now is zero frequency. And I was asked to put the link to my new book that is released right now. That is my zero frequency book. That is my latest one. Now, you know, as Angela was reading about me, and she was saying about the 20 languages, I am a self-published author. So that is also important for me to share with you. So how come a self-published author had been published in so many languages? Yes, everything came and still comes via emails. It's nothing that I do. I don't have a marketing department, you know, things just come to me. And that's what I want to talk to you about, is when you do things because you love them, because you are, you know, on your path, your purpose, your mission, you are in that zero frequency and everything is much easier. When I woke up, and part of my awakening was realizing that life was not as difficult as I thought it was. And one day I told my oldest son, I said, you know, life could be easy. And he looked at me and he says, that's not what you used to tell me. And I said, I know, but now I know better, a little bit better, yes? So one of the most important messages that I received, I had a teacher for over 10 years about this Hoponopono. Anybody heard about Hoponopono? Okay, one, okay. So I will be sharing a little bit of this too with you. So I had a Hawaiian teacher for more than 10 years, but you know, the most important thing that I learned from him, for me, this Hoponopono was something that I did for my personal life. I never thought of teaching anything, you know, because I was a very successful tax accountant. I was already working part-time, making good money. Why would I change that? Yes. But when so this was kind of a hobby, and I started teaching, but it was a hobby. But when I realized it was going to become like a profession, a career, or whatever a business, whatever you want to call it, I actually told my teacher, I said, I'm gonna go and take classes about public speaking, yes, because I'm an accountant. And he said, no, that will take all your naturality. He says, you just have to be yourself. And I think that's the most important message that I have for you today. You just have to be yourself. So important, because we are always trying to be what other people want us to be. We are always looking for acceptance outside of ourselves, yes? So we are trying to be what other people, we know what other people expect from us, yeah? But then we feel empty because we are not ourselves. So I learned just to become a child again, to trust myself. That is a big one, you know, trusting ourselves and letting go of looking for acceptance outside of ourselves. But anyway, I know that we have, you know, I can keep talking and talking, but I do have a presentation and I know we have limited time. So I'm gonna start with my presentation now. So, sorry. Okay, so for me, okay, so here it is. Okay, so for me, zero frequency is a journey. Every time that I present zero frequency, I always say, your journey starts here. It's like today is the first day of your new life, really, if you are open, yeah? So one of the things is you do have to open your mind. That's kind of what it changed my life, opening my mind to things that maybe I couldn't see, I couldn't touch, but learning from other people that could, and accepting it and being open. So one day I started saying, okay, I'm gonna let go and trust. And things started happening, yeah? So I realized I was not alone. So I don't know if you know Einstein logic, but there is a nice story where two kids were playing on a frozen lake in Germany. I'm gonna stop here. So two kids were playing in a frozen lake in Germany, and And suddenly the ice broke and one of the boys fell through the crack and he was freezing to death. So the other boy, seeing his friend like that, trapped, so he started, hitting the ice as hard as he could with his skate. And he was able to break the ice and free his friend. The firemen, when the firemen came, they asked the boy, I said, how come you were able to do that? That's very hard, and you are a little boy. How could you do that? And Einstein was passing by and he says, I know how he did it. So the fireman said, how? He says, very easy. Nobody told him he couldn't. So it is important to know that either somebody told us and we believe it, but still we are 100% responsible, yeah? Or we told ourselves, we are the ones putting ourselves, the limitations and our own beliefs of what we can do, what is possible, what is not possible. So you always have to know that whatever you say is right, yeah? So if you say I can, and if you say I cannot, I cannot. So I would like to share this video with you.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
All right, let's do this.
Scene zero, take one. Mark?
So we've got one question that we want to ask you today.
Okay, well, what's that question?
The question is, if you could change one thing about your body, what would it be?
Only one.
I would change my forehead. I have a really big forehead.
I'd like to be taller.
The puffiness of my face.
My ears. I have big ears.
Stretch marks after having a baby.
A lot of times, like, kids would make fun of me, like, hey man, you get big ears, you got Dumbo over there,
Definitely my skin, because I've dealt with acne and eczema issues ever since I was a little kid.
我小时候因为大家比较喜欢大眼睛的那种美女，所以我就也希望自己眼睛能大一些。
Growing up, like, a lot of people call me like five head, or like, your forehead's so big. They've always would say something to me about it.
Yo diría porque muchos todos caminan derecho y como que mi pie está un poco chueco.
When I was younger, I felt like I wasn't quite adequate enough.
Can you sit on the chair?
No.
All right, I'm going to ask you one question.
What's the question?
If you could change one thing about your body, what would you change?
Have a mermaid tail.
Probably like a shark mouth, so I could eat a lot of stuff.
I could have teleportation in my body. Extra pointy ears. I want legs like a cheetah so I can run faster like a cheetah. I could have wings so I could fly.
I don't think there's anything to change.
I like my body actually.
Yeah, you wouldn't change anything?
Nothing else. Just a mermaid tail.
A lot of people obsess about getting older and about the wrinkles. I love my white hair. I loved it when it started turning white. It's one of those things, because I chose to stay this way, because it just wouldn't be me if I totally changed the way I look.
So how many of us really feel comfortable in our bodies? How many of us want to change something? How many of us don't accept ourselves just the way we are? And no wonder, you know, maybe we are not happy, yeah, or we are looking for acceptance outside of ourselves. So what matters most is how you see yourself, yeah? You see like a little poor cat, yes, or you see like this big lion, you know, that you can conquer whatever, you know, you decide that you can have whatever you want, that you are capable, and that you are okay just the way you are. That's a big one, yes? That we are okay just the way we are, accepting ourselves just the way we are. So master, this was a Zen master, Osho, and he said, you have to lose everything in order to be. But let me tell you, he was not referring to material things. There is nothing wrong with the material things. What I found out, because that's where my background was, you know, I was coming from, yeah, I thought that material things would make me happy. So it was always the race for the bigger home or the newer car or things like that. And there is nothing wrong, because I could live very well right now, and I could ride, you know, a new car and everything, drive a new car. But I know that that's not what makes me happy, yeah? So maybe the programming that we had was, you know, to work for the money, you know, or put money first or things like that. So money always comes when you do what you love. And what Osho was referring to was beliefs. We've been programmed, you know, no wonder, you know, we have programs on TVs. So we've been programmed, you know, family, school, media, things like this. And we have a lot of things that are not working. I think it's very in our faces right now, that we keep doing that really doesn't work. So, or they don't work. So why not realizing that there are a lot of beliefs, things that we believe, what is right, what is wrong, what is good, what is bad, it's not working. It never worked, and it never will. Why not let go of that and become ourselves? We are not our belief, we are not our memory, we are not our judgments, okay? So realizing we are not even our thoughts. So some of the things that helped me are pictures that I'm gonna show you now. Again, I told you, you know, that I started believing in things that I couldn't see or hear, but I opened my mind, yes? So these are pictures taken with a machine that is called, or a camera that is called Kirlian. So you can see there is a leaf here, you know, and you can see the physical part, but around it is the, it's what we really, what we all are, really, and where all the information, all the inspiration really comes. Because now science, you know, prove that, you know, thoughts are not in our brains, they are not physical. So where are they coming from? And for example, if you heard of Bruce Lipton, he says that we walk with 2 antennas, but we can always change channels. And we'll talk about that. But this is the most important one. This is also a leaf, but it's cut. Yeah, there is a part, the physical part, yeah, is missing. But do you see that the thing around it, that you can call it aura or whatever you want to call it, or energy field, or okay, it's not gone. So you know, one of our biggest fear is death. So if we realize who we are, we would realize that we are here temporary, and death is not what we think it is, and it's nothing to be afraid of. A lot of people that have near-death experiences, nobody went to a terrible place. Actually, they didn't want to come back here. And here we are grabbing, you know, to stay here, but this is not really home. And that's something we need to wake up to right now. It's very important that we wake up right now. The same thing with money, you know, because again, there is nothing wrong with money, and God, as I call it, a part of me, a more intelligent mind than ours, is also in the money. The thing is, we got it wrong, yeah? We had to work for the money. And most of us, many times we do things because we were told we were good at it, or because we need the check, or because we have the responsibilities or things like that. And we never ask ourselves, what would we do if we wouldn't get paid? Because we just love it and we just enjoy it so much, yeah? And that's a very important question. So this is the same with the same camera, a thumb before getting upset and a thumb after getting upset. And actually, because we are somehow choosing, making decisions, you know, all the time, yeah, sometimes consciously, sometimes at the conscious, subconscious mind, it is moment by moment choosing between life and death, because we are the ones creating, you know, illnesses and things like that because of our thoughts, because of our emotions, because not feeling good, you know, with ourselves. Look at this one that shows you how irritability shows. Have you noticed that the days that you didn't sleep well, looks like nobody slept well, that everything goes bad, you know, everything is more difficult or things like that? So we have an energy field, and this is what attracts in our life. So it depends on where we are, what we are going to attract. Yeah. So you have to know that, for example, whatever, you know, fear, shame, jealousy, you know, all those great things that we all practice, anger, keeps you in a very low vibration. And you are responsible, you are a creator. So it all depends of, you know, how you are vibrating, what your energy field is. Because again, we create based on that. We create based on our thoughts. It's just a thought, you know, but that's what really attracts in your life. So look at optimism, hopefulness, contentment, you know, acceptance is very important. Gratitude is very important. We usually are concentrating a lot of what we think we lack instead of concentrating on what we have, being grateful for what we have. And that changes immediately your vibration. Immediately you are moving energy, and immediately you are gonna start attracting different things. And look at passion. For me, that's the most important. Be passionate, being enthusiastic about what you do. Do your best. Even if you don't like where you are right now, but always give your best. Do your best. So we are so used to being complicated that we reject whatever is simple. Really. Yeah. So for example, when I get to the Hoponopono thing, it's so simple, you're not going to believe me. Yeah. So, and we are so used to unhappiness that we find happiness suspicious. Don't tell me that if you see somebody happy, right now you think they might be smoking something, yes? So we, you know, we are really suspicious of whatever is simple. The intellects cannot understand simple. Where are you looking for happiness? Because happiness isn't the crop that you harvest when your dreams come true. It is more like the fertilizer that needs to make them come true, yes? So we think, okay, when I'm gonna get the raise, when I'm gonna get the promotion, when I get the new job, or then I'll be happy. No, it's all the other way around. When I'm happy, it's like I'm a magnet and things start happening to me. They are coming to me instead of me always, you know, being there forcing things, pushing things, manipulating. So the same thing with success. Many of us say, oh, when I'll be successful, I'll be happy. No, listen, I was there. I was successful. I had everything a person thinks he needs to be happy, and I wasn't. So success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful. Again, you become a magnet. The other thing is we all go through things, yes? Things are always going to happen to us, but never, never, never give up. Yeah, there will be distraction, but how bad do you want it? Or you have to know why. If you know the why you are doing it, yeah, that is the most important, why you are doing it. So I would like to share this video with you. we all have faults. You know, it is a failure only if you say it's a failure, because you will go. There are steps, you know, you have to go through, and it's a learning process. Life is learning. We are here to learn. So I would call failure only if I didn't learn, yes, from that. But that's the thing, life is about racing, you know, it's about not letting you down for anything, knowing that you have everything that you need inside of yourself. And really, when I woke up and I changed my way, you know, of seeing life, I told my kids, I said, you know, your job is to be happy. Don't do anything that it doesn't work for you. If it doesn't work for you, it will not work for anybody. You know, and you can see when people do it, you know, something because they love it, or really they do it because of money or putting other things first. So if you want happiness for an hour, take a nap. For a day, you can go for a picnic. For a week, maybe you go on vacation. For a month, get married. We are not going to discuss that one. For a year, inherit wealth. You know, there are studies that people that inherit money or win lotteries 3 years on the road, they file bankruptcy. Yeah, if you want more money, you have to work on yourself. You know, you have to make a room for the money. You know, we would like the money, you know, to really grow on trees, but it's about preparing yourself, you know, to have more money. But if you want happiness for a lifetime, learn to love what you do. You know, again, doing what you love, very important. So please know that all you have always is this present moment. That's all you have. So let's say that you engage with depression, it's too much of the past. You are in the past. You are anxious, you're too much of the future. We are never present. And all we have is this present moment. And depending on the choices, you know, the decisions, is that we change really our future. So in the present moment, you always have everything you need. So if you are worried, it's because you are worrying about the future. Next week, or I'm gonna pay next month. So what we are here is changing stations. Like I told you, Bruce Lipton, a scientist, says we work with two antennas. One is the memory replaying in our subconscious mind. The other one is inspiration. So we really want to come from inspiration, from that wow moments, you know, the things that you cannot explain how that happened. How did you receive that email, or how come your book gets published? You know, how did they find you? You know, things that you cannot explain, or how you can have a successful career not having a title, you know, that actually gives you some background for what you are doing. This is a person that interviewed a lot of people that you and me would consider successful, and these were the common denominators. Look at the first one, passion. They all coincide that they never did it for the money. They did it because they love it. They all coincide that there was a little bit of hard work. Yeah, well, some people say, oh no, I'm not gonna work Saturdays and Sundays. Yeah, but remember what I said before, if you know why you are doing it. You know, I don't know what will happen in the future, but in the past, I used to travel a lot. Actually, I was not very, for long times, you know, home. And I would take trips, 2 months, 3 months tours, and people would see the fun part. Oh my goodness, she's traveling around the world. But you know, there are a lot of pros and cons about that, and being away for so long. But also my work also includes a lot of things that I don't want to do and I don't like to do. But I know why I'm doing them. So I keep doing them, and that's what it gives me, you know, the strength to do it, because I know why I'm doing them. The focus also is very important, because there always be distractions. Even people that say, what, you are gonna go for your dreams? You are crazy, you know. You're not gonna make any money, you know, or things like that. Well, do you have a title to do that? Do you know? Okay. So whatever you do, you have to be good at it. Always give your best. Do your best. You know, whatever. It's a service, it's a product, whatever. Just always do your best. The universe is always watching. Okay, be persistent, because again, how bad do you want it? I just want to share with you that ideas don't come from thinking. They said that solutions to business problems don't come during business hours. Usually comes in a dream. They come in a dream. They could come while you are taking a shower, yeah, while you are connecting with nature. So solutions don't come from intellects, and that's something very important. Intellects know how to create problems. They don't know how to create solutions. And they all agree that mothers were created to push. But I always say that then mothers are replaced by, you know, a partner or whoever in your life, yeah, that push you. Now, the formula, it's always what you love to do, how you can be the best at what you do, and how that product or that service can serve others, it can help others, yeah, make a difference. So we are getting to the point of presenting to you what Hoponopono is, and I just want you to know that in Hoponopono we talk about a lot about letting go. But when I talk about letting go, I'm not saying giving up. It's not, oh, I accept I am a victim, you know, that I was born poor and I'm gonna die poor. No, 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 no. It has nothing to do with that. So I'm not gonna read the whole thing. You can read it maybe where I'm talking to you, but please look at the last one. That is kind of the most important. Giving up is over. Letting go, I just began. There is another author, Deepak Chopra, that talks about the field of all potentiality. Yeah. So when you go to zero, when you go to the void, that's really home for us. Maybe it's outside of our comfort zone, but that is really home. And that's where you go, you know, when you practice Hoponopono, you go to zero. So you are in balance. So you are one with a more intelligent mind than yours, with God, with source, with divinity, with nature, with the universe, yeah? And then you come up with the most amazing ideas or the most incredible solutions, you know, to all your problems. So Hoponopono is about letting go. Hoponopono is about 100% responsibility. So some people don't like this because they say, what? How could I be responsible for this? No way. But responsibility sets you free. It gives you back your power instead of blaming and complaining and thinking that there is somebody out there that needs to change. So Hoponopono is 100% responsibility. I'm sorry, please forgive me for whatever is in me that created this. So what we need to realize is that everything is just memories playing in our subconscious mind. I know it's hard to understand how we can be creating or attracting what we are creating and attracting right now, but it is in our subconscious minds. And Hoponopono works on the subconscious mind. So you can think as positive as you want, but we all have those memories. We are like a computer, and we all have those programs and those memories that are running in the background, and you technological or technical people know what I'm talking about, that we are not even aware. And those are the ones really creating and manifesting in our life. And that's where the 100% responsibility comes. So I will explain it to you also in a different way that you will understand perfectly. Hoponopono is the delete key. You could be talking to the monitor all day long, but monitors cannot change. So when you talk to people, you are talking to a monitor. When you are complaining and blaming, trying to, again, change things, what they look outside of yourself, you are talking to a monitor. If you want your monitor to change, you have to press the delete key because it's a program running in your subconscious mind. When you change, everything changes. It's not the other way around. And that's where the 100% responsibility comes. Now, Hoponopono was simplified to a thank you. When you repeat thank you mentally, instead of engaging with your emotions, instead of thinking, instead of talking, you know, trying to have the last word, being right, yeah? And you just repeat like a parrot, you know, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You do it mentally. You are actually coming back to that void, to that feel of all potentiality, yeah? So you are coming back to present, because everything, it just pushes a button that takes you to the past or to the future. And all you have to do is bring you back to present. And it could be just repeating thank you. It could be as easy as repeating thank you, or it could be as easy as repeating I love you. Now, we have many different ways of doing Hoponopono. These are the ones that are most popular. Yes, the thank you, the I love you. Also, there was a book that Joe Vitale wrote about Hoponopono called Zero Limit, that he says that Hoponopono is 4 phrases. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. A lot of people are practicing that Hoponopono became famous because of that. But I just want you to know that just saying thank you, repeating only thank you, or repeating only I love you, what you are actually doing is taking 100% responsibility and saying, I'm sorry, please forgive me for whatever is in me. But you are doing it as a little child, as an innocent child. You are not coming as a guilty adult, you know, that you have to pay. You are not a sinner, okay? You are a soul that chose to come to make amends. The word Ho'oponopono means to make amends, to make it right. So it could be as easy as that. There are studies about our thoughts in the water. This is Dr. Emoto, a Japanese doctor that made this study about how our thoughts affect water. And the one you see in the left is the one when you say to the water, or you say to somebody, I hate you, you know, you are bad, you're stupid. And the right one is when you say thank you and I love you. So think about it. We are what, 75% or more water? What are we doing to ourselves when we think we are not good enough? Yeah, or what we compare or we compete. Knowing that we have to know we are unique souls. We were created, we all have unique fingerprints, yeah? There is nobody like you, nobody. And you are here because you can do something that nobody else can do. But anyway, programming, yeah, competition, other people, not enough for everybody. So I know we are short of time, and maybe I even ran over. I'll go over my time, but I invite you, I'm not gonna show it to you, but if you go to YouTube, look for this IKEA, this is, I'm gonna go fast. They chose, they put, well, you will hear me.
As the weeks passed, I started noticing that the one that was being bullied started kind of to...
Okay, so basically, the study that IKEA did was with kids in a school. They recorded audios to one of the plants. They were saying nice things, and they were bullying the other plant. And 30 days later, the plant started, they bullied, that they said bad things to it, started dying. Okay, there are so many studies about this. Dr. Emoto also did some studies with rice, and they are doing it. So I just want to remind you, please don't forget to take your vitamins, okay? So if you have somebody you can hug, or don't forget to hug yourself. The most important, you know, I was in India. I was invited to a peace conference, and there were a lot of young people there, and they asked me if I could say in 3 words, what would be my message to these young people? So I said, my message to these young people in 3 words, okay, be yourself, trust yourself, love yourself. This is the most important thing. And you know, we have to trust ourselves, we need to believe in ourselves, we need to know that we are very, very important people. And that we are here to do something big, especially in these moments. We are living very special moments, and we are all very important, and we can all make a difference. So I'm open for questions. For sure, I can keep talking, but
Hi, everybody. Mabel, thank you so much. I think we'll have time maybe for one question if it's out there. I do want to be sensitive to folks' time. I'm just going to publicly say, Mabel, we're going to ask you back.
Okay. I love to talk. I love to talk. Thank you.
But if there is a question, I'll pause for a moment if anybody wants to ask anything.
Well, I have one, and it's related to the 4 main expressions of Hoponopono. I love you, forgive me. How have you seen that implemented in the workplace, especially in America? In Latin America, we're a lot more expressive.
Well,
we say things openly, but in America, in the United States, you know, the people hold back more.
No, but you do
now, yeah.
But you do it mentally. No, okay. You do it mentally. You are not saying it to anybody. This is an inside job. You know, it's between you and Creator, you and Divinity. You are not saying thank you or I love you to anybody. They are just passcodes. Yes? Okay. Now, I want to tell you that one of the things that convinced me most about Hoponopono was working with as a tax accountant and represented people before the IRS and the results that I got. I mean, my clients couldn't believe it. And I went out with my portfolio like this, like a little child. You know, I couldn't believe it either. And I know we don't have time, but I have so many stories to tell you. So that's what it convinced me. This work, look, I went to a career again that I don't have a title, you know, and I get invitations from all over the world and things like this. So how could something like this happen? Only because you are yourself and because you are open and you allow it and things start coming to you. It's not like you have to force them.
Thank you, Mabel. Well, this has been a fantastic and I think super inspirational session. I think it's like chicken soup for our soul, really. So thank you so much. I honestly, we would love to have you back. I have so many takeaways, so many, just typing away. So
and you'll be able to watch it again because, you know, every time you watch it, you are going to get something.
Yes. Different. Speaking of which, folks, this is being recorded, as you know, so feel free to watch again, share it. You can share it with your friends, family on social. So please spread the word, Mabel, and also check out her newest publication, Zero.
Yeah, I put the Amazon link to my new book, the Zero Frequency book.
In the chat here. So mil gracias. Quick shout out for our next HITEC live event on Friday. Our friends at Reviture are going to be speaking to us about emerging Hispanic talent in the tech sector. What's really, I think, going to be unique about this session, everyone, is that we are inviting students to this session. So we're going to have a different perspective that's going to be joining us as well. So I think it'll be a lot of fun. So please join us, and we'll see you on Friday. Mabel, once again, and Angela, such a pleasure to have you in the HITEC community. Thank you so much. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.